What's the mighty good word, party folks? It's your Mile High Priest. I'm up about a mile high on 9/9, September 9th, Saturn's Day, Saturday. I am still getting like an inflow of messages. I wanted to just run with that. The moon is still in Cancer in the third decan now. Venus recently having gone retro or direct is at about 13 degrees of Leo. The sun is at 17 degrees of Virgo, recently having trined with Jupiter in Taurus, retrograde in Taurus, and Mercury also retrograde in Virgo, trined with Jupiter earlier in the week. So a lot of that energy is abundant in the latest readings. A lot of it has to do with, there are relationship themes, but a lot of things who regarding the self, or in regards to the self, completing you've been manifesting. Okay. I think we should just kind of kick into it, right? Magicians, high priests, high priestesses, kings and queens. This is your highest court. I am your mercurial jester with the stellar mercurial planetary earthly vibrational galactic messages for your divine inspiration, spiritual growth, and human evolution. Thank you all for being here and hanging out. Okay, so I apologize. I wanted to bring out the oracle card. So I have the Wild Unknown Alchemy card. I have copper at the bottom of the deck. I just did a quick kind of shuffle to get the energy kind of flowing. I have a new oracle deck that I'm introducing, or newly introducing to the videos. So it's the Herbal Astrology. I also have the Wild Mystic Oracle, and I brought out the Animal Spirit. I wanted to kind of kick into the Moon in Cancer vibrations, which are very rooted in ancestral lineage and knowledge. So there is comfrey completion, which implies that the world card, so completing, tending to the completion of a cycle. You've been in so I'm getting a lot of different types of relationships. So not to well, this isn't like a gender, or I'm saying it's not like a gender-based reading. It could very well involve many different types of relationships, is what I'm trying to say. But you've been, like, there has been an awakening moment that you have kind of been experiencing that it was like a brilliant flash, but it also has been sort of transpiring and happening over the last few months or so, or like the last year. And you're coming to like that kind of year mark of being in this really intensely transformative process that you're undergoing, and that you're a little bit in fear of where it is taking you. You're feeling like a little bit like, take me off of this ride, get me off of this ride, can I get off of this ride? Sort of the, are we there yet? My lamps just went on, so an hour away from sunset in the Mile High. You're a very grounded person. So I started kind of digging into this energy, and I was like you make yourself small. This isn't about your stature, but then I also can see you as like you maybe are physically like taller, broader, and I don't know why weighs in, but there is a lot of emphasis, not a lot of emphasis, but there is emphasis on the fact that you are active and you have been coming from maybe not being committed to exercise and physical exercise, physical activity. You're now, you've have in the last few months been committed to that. And so now, your physical, you feel physically different, and that also makes you acknowledge that there's a other type of difference, and this is more you feel like it's an awakening, like to you, you're being sort of awakened, and there's this like expansive liberating quality to it, or a liberating sensation, like you can feel liberation and freedom and expansion, but you're also in a fearful state. You also recognize that you wished for this. So I didn't really dig into these cards, but we do have Ginseng, card number 40 with the Magician. And this wintry bear, this animal spirit references the winter, so Capricorn, more so Aquarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. So those houses in your chart could be affected at the moment. I'm getting that you're trying to clean up something, and this could be clean up your surroundings or like who you associate with, but you also wished for like this expansive sort of spiritual enlightenment, or you kind of came to that thought or feeling. It was motivating, or you feel that you have been in a slumber, and that you wanted to come out of this, and now you're feeling the other end of that desire. You're feeling the actual manifestation of it in reality, and now you're also feeling physically different. And so that's there is a suggestion to lean into meditation. Like there is both of these animal spirits being earthly, very grounded, very abundant. So you probably are considered, perceived, and you are very well much a strong earthly contender. So probably you have created a life for yourself. Like you've worked for something, earned a lot, or just created all of the above, right? Created security, and you afford your lifestyle, like you support yourself through coming from that, right? Like working up in a way. Someone, who has abundance in maybe material possessions, you're successful in that way, right? And this I guess this puts you in that weird, there's a lot of copper is the Empress mode, so you've come to this fulfillment, but now there's something else coming out, and a lot of this is the truth. This is at the bottom of the deck of the animal, well-known animal spirit. But this copper references Venus, and I believe the Empress. I'll have to check that out. But there is this kind of like feeling of misalignment, or like the balance kind of has gone wobbly, and like it's causing a lot of drama is the best word I can come up with, like causing a lot of maybe arguments around you. Fertility, the womb, Venus, yeah, Venus. To ponder, chocolate contains copper. I love that. Get ready for the shift of priorities, for an awakening of the heart and the life-generating centers of the body. In the true alchemical experiment, nothing is excluded or separate from the work. Bring sensuality into the fold and embrace it with reverence and curiosity. Aphrodite smiles upon you. Venus and copper are associated with the kidneys. A letting go is likely required in order to embrace arrows with open arms. Okay, so yeah, you're in a moment where you have every kind of energetic possibility to arrive at a higher understanding of your overall energy, including like your that sensual energy, your sacral energy, coming to a different up. It's like an up leveling. Again, with the completion card, I always assign that. Not always, but I do like to assign that graduation moment of you've completed a huge cycle in your life, and so you're allotted this time to really ponder what it is you have learned and how much you've been able to create and magnetically draw in. And now it's time for you to be really honest and recognize that you have that capability of really expanding, and this can cause a lot of tumultuous, or maybe there is that aggressive sort of spirit, and so it's important for you to bring in play and sensuality for yourself in a different way. Perhaps you've been leading with a lot of that type of energy, like being intimate with a lot of people, but not leading with your truth in whatever way that resonates with you. Maybe it could simply be like you've been dating a lot of people and no one speaks to you, or but there's tension there, or there could be, I don't know, like it could be a lot of things like that, right? But it is, for the copper card to be here, there's a lack of feminine properties and feminine drive. So and the horse being here, there's a balance, like being able to balance your being, coming from putting importance on physical stamina and physicality and physical exercise as a way of moving energy through the body. That has caused this kind of more truth explosion, but also this alludes to the importance of the feminine balance of meditative, slower process work like yoga or just simply meditation, grounding. You are still very earthly, very abundant in that way. But you also manifested this, and then now the energies have culminated into a more feminine, which have been the messages of the last readings. One of them I haven't posted, but it'll likely just come out in the wash later in the vault. Feminine fire that is purifying a lot of this masculine. But see here, the magnetism, you're attempting to balance, and you're rising, the graduation. Okay, wow. Again, the wheel, turning of the wheel, completion. Wow, like, oh my God, Uranus and Taurus. Like, I guess there will be now aspects between the Sun and Mercury, or there were, I believe, like I'm blanking on that. but a lot of this is also lunar magic. You maybe are really as masculine and as like, maybe you are very male and you're like also very masculine, and like you're maybe big and like you're a bear or something. It was very hard for me not to say that. It took me 15 minutes to say that because I was gonna say also very fashionable, but like you're like not feeling stylish, or like you're not, the lack of like feeling, the lack of style in your life is significant in many ways, in your appearance and in your daily life, really. Yeah, where did the feminine authority go in yourself? Maybe we can get into that flow. Wow, copper and then iron here. So like there's a magnetic force in you, within you, like you're magnetizing yourself. Wow, the Fool, as I cut the deck, Aries, very passionate, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy. It's that fire, it's that like the masculine, when you started stabilizing your masculine and kind of acknowledging the definition of that, the masculine force, that Becca, and the feminine forces, and now they're kind of attempting to meet each other in the middle, and there's agitative force there because there's truth lacking in you. That's the best way that I can put it, and a lot of it is the truth that you're denying yourself, your innocence. Again, it could be that you're in that dishonest behavior with others. You're not being honest with others. You simply put, again, you could think you're dating many people, but the people that you're dating, maybe they don't know. Like maybe they feel that you're only seeing them, and that it's that type of quality in the reading of like coming to an enlightenment period, and that you manifested this, like you want a honest commitment, a mature commitment, and you also want to commit to yourself as a creative masculine force who also comes with a balance, like feminine quality. I apologize. Wow. Yeah, all that is from the original quick meditation, and a lot of these are just channel driven messages, downloads. Thank you so much, archangels and spirit guides. I have the soul tarot, archangels and spirit guides of the highest light. Thank you so much. Okay, 2 of Cups, Strength, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, the Hermit. It calls right for what the horse says, lean into meditation, lean into finding your own light, because that will help you to purify karma, and also get rest and rebuild your. There's a lot to do with your physical state of being. Perhaps you're feeling ill. Perhaps there's a physical ailment. A lot of this is all aligned. Your you not clearing out some of the body that can't be cleared out with all the physical activity, but like your physical activity is bringing all this up, and now there's like some sort of like psychological or spiritual work that has to be acknowledged and balanced. Perhaps you did cause pain, you did something to someone else. It wasn't that you did something, but you didn't honor the relationship in any way. You were not in commitment. You did not stay committed. I don't know. A lying energy, lying in a friendship, lying in a connection, misleading, dishonor, not truthful, heartbreak, dishonor, not truthful, no tact, no truth, right? Not honoring innocence and creativity, not honoring the creative process. Perhaps it's just like learn what you can from a situation like this, right? You feel out of order. You're the Emperor. You're a Scorpio, Pisces, or Aries, Virgo, as well as a lot of Mercury in air, Mercury Libra, Mercury Aquarius, or Mercury Gemini, Pisces and Leo energy. Wow, okay. Thank you so much, angels and spirit guides. I have the Green Witch Tarot here. And Two of Cups when I split the deck, and Seven of Wands. You're not ready to tend to it because you're not feeling like you have really any energy for it or the space for it, and that's true. You haven't committed to that, right? I don't know how else to put it, and it's fine. You don't have to commit to it, right? There's just this desire within you to be true and to create that space is what you're saying. Like you recognize that this is hard and this is an achievement, and so you have the victory card once again. You can do it, and you're realizing the Eight of Wands. It's returning. Okay, I mean, come down, come back, come back. You see the light. It's accelerating. Oh my god. You want to talk to someone. You both like have this coming, like I guess I have to kind of put it this way, like there's a energy of coming together, trying to manifest that. Thank you so much, angels and spirit guides. It's gonna be that internal truth, okay? This is your internal battle. This is your self battle. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have the archangels here. Yeah, these messages kind of just started flowing. I know they may seem a little repetitive, I guess. It's just kind of like a build up of a storyline, or at least I hope they are helpful. I do see this more as like a inner self transformation before you can come out to make the decision, right? Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, pretending there is no problem, okay? So that's for you to recognize, okay? Maybe you feel that others aren't recognizing you. Again, it's about going internal, tending to the internal. Knight of Swords once again. Review options, creative solutions. Again, it's more about coming into yourself. I think you're ready to like go out and grab and get what you want, knowing that you can have it, but there has to be a lot of coming with a internal revolution. Like you have to really turn the wheel. There's a lot of heart, like with the comfrey. There's a lot of like heart activated energy with the truth, the fire, that there's feminine, divine feminine work here. Yeah, okay. With this, so doing that, taking the time out and going is what's going to be your playful approach, or enlighten you to actual playful and romantic and honest approach that can tend to just yourself, right? Your own self before you can start to commit to anyone, really. Wow, review. But yeah, perhaps you want to renew something. This is the Judgment card. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction, okay? So whether it is that you want to, oh my gosh, this card just wanted to come out. 8 of Fire. So yeah, the 8 of Wands again. And then the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands earlier was telling me that the same message of the Strength card, right? Oh, I was like, where wasn't the Strength card out here? And the 2 of Cups. Events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happening at once. So you have a lot going on. The Queen of Wands has done a lot of the fire purification, has removed a lot of the unnecessary junk in their lives, like the relationships that are just there to fill a void. And that's a lot of the being honest and purifying. You wanted to build more substantial, more meaningful relationships. So you're having to come to an understanding of this ego death, and it may involve counseling, or you may want to do this on your own, but it does involve a lot of self-analysis and like being knowledgeable about reflecting on the self and not going too maddening with it, right? Not being too picky. But it is about a Kundalini awakening and awakening nonetheless, or in general, and it is about purifying and that serpent fire energy. This is fast and enlightening and enriching, and it involves physical movement and going towards the light, rising, a virtuosis, a very mature enlightenment, a owning yourself. It doesn't mean you're not going to be a fun person. It just means this is a mature moment where you have to make mature decisions and you have to cut some crap out, or maybe you don't. But this is a moment in which the magic for that is there, the manifestation power that you called in, your great manifestation power called all of this in. And so now the archangels are Archangel Jeremiah Jeremiel, Archangel Michael as well, and Archangel Raphael can help to guide you. Their spiritual archangelic team can help you to cut a lot of the crud out and help you heal and help you purify a lot of the karma and just deal with it and move on from it and learn from it. And the way to deal with karma is to move on from it and or learn from it and then move on from it and forgive yourself from it and analyze it. There was one last message about like, so like I'm obviously reading for someone who feels like they have accumulated a lot of like karma that is not good, and so now you're kind of having to deal with it, or you're in that moment of like, oh crap, I have to really kind of own what I did. And so like, yeah, I get a lot of like I hope this isn't I hope this isn't triggering. It's not meant to trigger you. The message is just kind of, a lot of it started to come in, and I feel sometimes not that I feel that you're asking for like this sympathy, or maybe you are, but not for me. but like the sympathy that comes from me is like knowing that tarot can help people in just who've kind of don't know how to, or haven't really thought about it. Maybe you're new to it. You're thinking like, how can I clear out karma and develop my path in a more spirited direction or a spiritually aligned direction? And so like this feels like a reading like that, where the energy, whether you want to consider it just the vibration, then awakening, the astrology, a relationship, a very deep and intimate relationship that has sparked this awakening moment. Oh yeah, we have these two cards here. And so, yes, usually the reading is about the person that has been wronged, and there's no criticism there. I'm just stating that maybe I acknowledge that this reading is for someone who wants to clear out some karma, and it's okay. Just kind of admit that and return to your childlike state and of learning and growing and evolving, and every day is a new beginning of returning to source, leading, acknowledging that you can have access to a higher willed intelligence and higher will of, or a higher source, a higher willed intelligence, a higher will from a higher source. And in general, just connection to source, right? Apart from your divine inspiration in the reality. And so that is like offering protection for yourself. So like removing the dark energetics and removing the black magic. And so usually it's that we think that others perform black magic onto others. So like you perform, which is true, but a lot of it is you accepting others spelling onto you what they feel and think, and what you perceive as their energy towards you, you accepting and believing that it exists, acknowledging it as a form of truth more than just false. Let it go. You accept it, and that is performing black magic, whether you think it's someone else. I regard it as you allowing it to happen and performing it to yourself, as if you were telling these things to yourself and accepting it. So protection is about honoring your truth and then coming to a lighter hearted spirit and a childlike innocence and spirit of how you view yourself as a child of God, as a playful, creative child of God that honors innocence and honesty and leads with a beginner's mind and a lifelong learning pursuit, and acknowledges that spirituality is a consistent practice and knowledge-based and psychological base, and not just something you tell someone what to, like, you know, it's not telling someone what to do. So pack very lightly. Judgment is upon order in the court. Have fun. Wow, we got off that. I hope that the messages are helpful, even in the least bit, and I honor your journey regardless of your choice. If this energy dissipates, whatever happens, I honor your path and your truth, and please pack very lightly wherever it is that you are going. Enjoy the ride. Keep it very real. You are very capable and a great manifester. Enjoy.